Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Mohammed with the Mohammed Minute. This is the second week I've been eating just lentils. Hey, that's some good lentils. So, what have I learned in the last 2 weeks? Let's see. I have learned that the human body needs very less to survive. You just need a very simple mixture of food to really thrive. And if you allow your body to take small repetitive steps, as in you simplify what you put in your body. Basically, you only have lentils, let's say. You have them day in and day out for 2 weeks. After the 2 week or after the week mark, you'll come to find that you need less food to do more things. You'll come to find that your body can make the most out of the set amount of food. Beforehand you might have needed a little bit more because your body was trying to gauge exactly how much nutrients it can pull out of XYZ. And maybe if before you were eating really nutrient less dense food, then perhaps you were used to just ingesting more food altogether. Now, if you come to realize that plant food, is the key to survival for most of the animal kingdom. A lot of animals, they live off of symbiotic relationships off of the earth, and it's only through the human scope of viewing the world where we classify animals as having predatory relationships or whatever. But at the end of the day, everyone is benefiting somehow, some way from the earth. We all have a beneficial relationship with the earth. Fortunately for humans, we use what we need from the earth, and then we put away with what we don't use, back into the earth, which causes more harm than good. But anyways, back to this lentil talk. Lentils, I found that you don't need variety to feel good about yourself, because variety leads to gluttony. I think that one of the biggest tragedies of our time is people thinking that they need something more to feel a certain type of way. You need a little bit more of this to feel a little bit better about yourself, when really you have all of the potential emotions already within yourself. You have to channel that emotion in a productive way to feel good about yourself. And if you look at external stimuli to feel good about yourself, your journey will never end. But if you sit down and you realize that, hey, meditation, cold showers, sleeping on the floor, really trying to lower your threshold to what you consider pleasure, if you go down that route, you will be on the mantra of all righteous men, which is to make the most out of every single situation. How? By actually realizing your own potential, because you are a survival machine. You can do whatever you want, but you have to design the algorithm within your brain to go towards the path of most resistance, meaning that you have to be comfortable in uncomfortable situations for yourself to be grounded, to be grounded in what you believe in, and be grounded in what you want to accomplish. Because once you realize that whatever you want to accomplish is going to require a version of yourself that is going to work harder than ever before, life becomes a not really a linear progression. It's like a log. It just goes up, it gets harder and harder until you're upside down, hanging on with your fingertips. Then when it gets really hard and you really don't think you can go any longer, that's when you die. So you have to keep that in mind. Like right now, you have to push yourself very hard and you have to accept the possibility that, hey, if this action causes me to pass away, then so be it. This is the purpose of life. You have to live a life worth living, and you have to live a life without fear. Now, fear is going to control a lot of your potential. It's going to act as the cusp, it's going to act as a lid, it's going to act as a measure to where you will be limited by your fear. One thing that you must do to grow is to face all of your fears. You have to face them head on. And every time you face your fear, you're going to develop a new neural pathway in your brain. Now, this new neural pathway will lead to new thoughts. Sometimes, and I want you to try this at home, like your worst enemies, think good about them. Try it. It might be impossible the first time you try to do it. Your brain isn't going to want to do it. It will literally be impossible the first time you try to think like that. You might even get a headache, right? If you think good about the people that did you wrong, try it. What you're going to gain from that is that you're going to build a new neural pathway in your brain, and it's going to help you think of situations from a different angle. Why? Because you have let go of something that was a identity marker of yours. Hate is very much an identity marker, right? A lot of people identify themselves as what they're not. I am this because I'm not that, right? So try that mental exercise when you're meditating, when you're sitting down, when you're talking to somebody. Try to think of things in ways that don't make sense to you. Maybe try to see where people are going, justify all the wrong things you observe, justify it in their point of view, and see how big the world gets. The world will literally, your universe will increase in size, right? Because the scope of what you can see will increase, and that's the real point of living this life. You have to live a life worth living. You only die once, but every day you can have a new life. So the only way to live new lives every day is to have new thought patterns, and to do that you have to do the things that you hate to do, which is think in ways that you've never thought before, right? Mohammed Minute. Thank you.